Today, we are talking about how to remove charge-offs from your credit report, and I'm going to show you how to track your accounts, use the hierarchy chart, as well as plan your strategy. Now, if this is your first time and you want to learn how to fix your own credit the right way, as well as raise your scores, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss all things credit. Now, this is an example account of what we're going to be looking at, and there's a couple of things that really stand out, but I'm going to show you my strategy for this specific account. I'd actually entertain going after the payment history first because the dates I normally use, like date last active and date last paid, are not that significant. Then I'd go after the date last active, and then I'd go after the notice of dispute because it was not entered. Now, this is the charge-off tactics hierarchy chart. What you want to be looking at is the payment history as well as going straight down the center, charge-off, date last active, evolution line, dispute funnel, and then date last reported, date last active, first date of delinquency. Okay. So over on the far right, validation and no contract, as well as far left, balance, you don't want to use those because as you can see, they go nowhere. You're going to end up disputing and it's going to get verified and that's it. Now, with these two accounts, I was easily able to remove these very simply because of the language that I used using the facts taken directly from the credit report. So just take a look at these accounts. You're going to see that we have all of this activity after this account was closed. We have different dates last active, different dates last paid. The notice of dispute was entered after the 30-day time frame. So we have a lot to work with. Even account number 2 doesn't even have the date last paid for 2 bureaus. So what you can do is not only look at the dates, not look at balances, not just look at past due and all that kind of stuff, but you need to look at the specific dates in the payment history and see how you can utilize those as well. Because just look at the account number 2, November 2019. You can see that it's reporting as okay, as well as 150 days late. Obviously, it doesn't work like that. So my strategy for account number 1 was to go date last active, activity after closed, date last reported, and notice the dispute was not entered within 30 days. It was actually entered at 45. And I used more than one because it went within one dispute reason. Now, account number 2, date last active, date last paid, activity after close date, date last reported, because they updated it and said it was verified, but they didn't change that date last reported. So obviously that means they did not investigate. Now with this account, it's not charged off, but guess what? We're going to treat it as a charge off because you cannot correct 120 days late. So this is how you're going to remove accounts like student loans where it's more than just 1, 2, or 3 late payments, okay? So this is where you're going to track your accounts. On the left, you see charge off, collection third party, collection debt buyer, and then the last part says late payments. Going left to right, we have creditor name, account number. You can map out your late payments and then the tactic. And I do have an example as well as a legend that explains some of the stuff, but it very simply shows you how to use this so that you can visually see and track what you should be doing with your accounts as well as what it is that you're disputing. Because if you don't know, then you're really just going to get lost. You're not going to know what you said the last round, and you're not going to be able to get your results because you're just basically shooting in the dark, and we don't want to do that. Every single thing that goes on your dispute has a purpose, okay? Now, this is the strategy card. We have bureaus, creditors, collectors, and CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. On the bottom, we do have an example, and this is really straightforward. You're just making a log of your strategy. So going across the top, we have round numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Violations, if there is a violation, check it. Response, did they respond? If yes, check it. If no, obviously don't. Now with the bureaus, we're going and looking at tactics and factual. For the creditors, it's the template type, collectors, tactic, and then with the CFPB, initiatives. Now I do want to make a note here. With the CFPB, you do not want to be making complaints in the beginning. And yes, I said it like that for a reason, okay? We use the CFPB once we have a log of all the violations and the failure to respond and all the letters that we sent, and they're not templates and they are all factual, and the bureaus didn't correct this stuff and they are violating the FCRA and all that kind of stuff. We need to have a log of this, and this is very simply why we do this. So page number 1 you're going to have access to is instructions. Number 2 and 3 is going to be your account tracker. Then number 4 is the hierarchy that you can follow. And number 5 is the strategy card. This is all very simple and you can access it with the link that I'm giving you right now. Very simply go to hub.worksheets.com my740.com, sign up for the free subscriber hub, and it's going to be module number 1. You can also access over 500 free credit suite tutorials right here on YouTube, going back to the summer of 2016. But if you'd rather see if I can do this for you, schedule a call with me. It's totally free, 1-to-1 at my740.com, and I will see if I can help. But that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like it, and that is it.